Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Star Wars Black Series Migs Mayfeld. He is a part of the new Book of Boba Fett wave, technically, even though there's really only one figure from the show in that wave. He himself is a part of the Mandalorian subline of the Galaxy packaging, and he's a very, very cool figure, and I have a lot to say about him, so without further ado, let's get into Migs Mayfeld's review. So what you see is what you get with the figure, besides the box, obviously, but it is it's a weird color for a kind of Imperial Trooper. We're not used to seeing stuff like this. I think the last thing similar was the Mud Trooper, and this figure is reusing a lot of the Mud Trooper. I just never got around to getting that figure. I do want it now that I have this one, but don't have that for comparisons today. I did want to read the bio of the box. So, Migs Mayfeld, and this is his outfit from Morak, so from Episode 7 of Season 2. A hot-headed ex-Imperial sharpshooter, Migs Mayfeld was once the smart-mouthed leader of a gang of criminals. Mayfeld's skills and old ties helped the Mandalorian on his mission to rescue Grogu from Moff Gideon. So that is a very awesome bio. Very, goes in depth with the character, more than I would expect. So he is number 15. He is next to the Money Mando and then the Boba Fett Tython, but that's enough with the box. So the figure itself, I said I have a lot to say, but at the same time I don't. It's really what you see is what you get. I love all the paint variation that you have on this figure, from like the kind of brown splotches spread around the figure. And then they have this, like, I think it looks more like dry mud on the boots of the figure. And then the pants are fairly clean, but you can kind of see the back there. Some of that mud carries around. Very detailed. There you can see what it looks like. That up, that down. You can see the back. And I don't believe this figure is supposed to have this red thing. I think that is technically an inaccuracy, but oh well. I guess I could paint over it, but I don't know if I care as much as others. I know the Mandalorian in this outfit is supposed to have those, but I don't think Migs is, so that's a little unfortunate, but hey, now you have Mandalorian. And then you can see it's a weird kind of shape for the torso, something different. Reminds me of like the K2SO kind of shape. And then he does have his holster for his pistol, his gun accessory, which is the only gun he is included with. And that is a little bit tricky to get out. There you can see it. It's the one that you get with the Death Trooper and some other figures. There you can see the holster. Very cool. You can obviously see like there's a visible difference in material. It's more of a leather, like what it's supposed to be. It's plastic, obviously, but you know what I mean. Then it just goes in, the scope will stick out. And then there's the helmet, which I wanted to show you first before I go into the head sculpt. But very, very nice. This is a different mold. It is new compared to the hover tank pilot helmet. You can see it's a little bit larger, and there's just I don't know, a bit more defined in its detail, but they are fairly similar. This one was obviously not removable, but this one is removable, so you can remove it. And in the box, he does have the helmet on, which I find to be a little weird because you can't really see who's under it, but I guess they did that to sell it as if it's an army builder. But there we have Migs Mayfeld. So it's crazy to have a Bill Burr action figure. I never thought this day would come. It's kind of stupid, but it's also really funny at the same time. And that, honestly, I think they did a really good job. I see Bill Burr in this. And for a $30 plastic action figure, I don't think they could have done much better. It is a little shiny, maybe. And maybe the eyes are off, but I'm just being nitpicky now. But that is all I really have to, like, show about the figure, so I guess we can get into the articulation now. So the articulation is fairly standard on the Migs Mayfeld. The head can go up that far. It can go down that much. There is a little bit of tilt, full 360 of course, so it is on a dumbbell joint. And then with the helmet, it doesn't really get in the way. It's all the same. So, you know, not that much of a difference. The arms on both sides go out this much, and then they will go full 360. They go down, and then they are single jointed, and you can get in a little more than 90 there. There's a bit of a, like, plastic, I don't know, scrapage going on, but that might just be my figure. And then this hand does go up, down, and full 360, and this one is the opposite, which is the trigger finger articulation. So up, down, full 360, and then the ab crunch goes down that much, does go back a decent amount, which is really good, and then to the side, full 360, so you get that type of movement on the Migs. And then the leg does kick forward that much. This doesn't really get in the way, which is really good. Leg doesn't kick back. They do the splits that much, and then there is an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, which work a treat, and then the ankles go up. They are very fragile, so just be careful. They go up that much, and then they go back that much, which is crazy. And then, of course, ankle rocker pivot, which is always great to see. So I don't have that many comparisons that I want to do with Mayfeld, but here we have the hover tank pilot from the archive wave of 2021, or at least one of the archive waves. There was 3. And then the Stormtrooper, and this is the same exact Stormtrooper from this wave. I just took all of the accessories off of him, so I now have a normal Stormtrooper. That review will be coming soon. And then, of course, you gotta have Mando next to Migs Mayfeld, although they never really technically next to each other in these outfits. And then you can take the helmet off. You can see that. I guess you could take the Dins off. You can kind of see what that would look like on the figure. And that is a figure coming, I believe, this year, but it'll probably be closer to next year. It's in the, it's with, the rumored wave is Axe Woves, Grief Karga. I think there's a Leia, I don't know. And then Mando in his outfit like this, but that is all the comparisons. I guess we shall get on to my final thoughts now. So my final thoughts on the Migs Mayfeld figure is, honestly, they did a pretty good job. Honestly, I think they could have probably done better with the arm thing, if that is truly inaccurate or if that's just a misconception. But what I saw from the show, this is, you know, this is good enough. This gets the point across. I'm very happy with this figure, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be wanting this one because it's freaking Bill Burr in plastic. Who wouldn't? And it could technically be an army builder with the helmet on. That's why in the box he came like that. So if you want him and you see him, definitely go and get him, because I think he will be a little bit of a hot seller. But please let me know what you think about him in the comments below. I'm going to give this figure a 8 out of 10. Actually, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I don't know. It's a good figure. It's just a little boring in the grand scheme of the wave, because some of the other figures in that wave were just insane. But still a very good figure and very happy with it. But I do want to know what you all think about this figure in the comments below. Are you going to be picking him up? Do you think that head sculpt looks good, or anything else? Let me know. But as always, I have been Jagger Collector, and I will see you in my next review, which we will just see what that will be. Bye, guys. Hey, Mando.